Memecoins surged to 8.11% mindshare as Trump's crypto announcement underwhelms amid Solana's RWA innovation. This is your PM Pulse for March 21st. 6 minutes starts now. Bitcoin is showing strength at $87,000, up a solid 2.5% in the last 24 hours, while Ethereum breaks through $2,000, gaining 3.5%. Solana outperforms at $145, surging 8.7% amid significant developments. The broader market shows mixed signals, with the fear and greed index dropping to 31, firmly in fear territory despite price strength. The headline story this cycle is the extraordinary sector divergence we're witnessing. Memecoin mindshare has exploded to 8.1% from 4.3% yesterday, while SocialFi has nearly doubled to 4.2%. Meanwhile, oracles continue their remarkable performance with 18% price action, and the data sector surges 12%. This rotation suggests retail speculation returning to higher-risk sectors, while institutional capital positions in infrastructure plays. The stark contrast between improving prices and deteriorating sentiment creates conditions for potential volatility. We're tracking President Trump's highly anticipated crypto announcement, which delivered less impact than expected. His pre-recorded message focused primarily on stablecoin legislation rather than the rumored 0% capital gains tax. Despite this underwhelming announcement, the market has shown remarkable resilience, with Bitcoin holding above $85,000. The SEC has clarified that proof-of-work mining activities do not implicate securities laws, reducing regulatory uncertainty for Bitcoin and other POW networks. This follows the SEC's recent dropping of its case against XRP, signaling a potential regulatory thaw. Uranium Digital has launched on Solana, tokenizing physical uranium and creating a permissionless derivatives market for this critical resource. The timing coincides with increasing demand for nuclear energy to power AI data centers, demonstrating how blockchain can unlock markets previously inaccessible to crypto investors. Memecoin mindshare has exploded to its highest level in weeks, signaling a potential return of retail speculation. Fartcoin's $400 million market cap demonstrates continued appetite for high-risk opportunities despite broader market caution. This surge coincides with AI agents' mindshare increasing, suggesting a convergence of speculative narratives. The keyword data shows AI remains the most mentioned term, with 856 mentions in the past 24 hours. This rotation into higher-risk sectors typically occurs when traders seek alternatives during periods of uncertainty. Bitcoin shows resilience despite Trump's underwhelming announcement. The 4-hour chart shows Bitcoin maintaining strength above $85,000, with positive funding rates suggesting continued bullish sentiment. Volume has increased 12% to $44 billion, indicating growing interest despite sentiment concerns. A break above $90,000 could trigger acceleration toward $95,000. Ethereum breaks the psychological $2,000 barrier, with the Ethereum BTC ratio improving, showing signs of recovery after recent lows. L2 mindshare has increased significantly, potentially signaling renewed interest in Ethereum's scaling ecosystem. Positive funding rates create conditions for continued upward momentum if bulls maintain control above $2,000. Solana outperforms following Uranium Digital's launch on its ecosystem. The 4-hour chart shows SOL approaching resistance at $150, with negative funding rates creating potential for a short squeeze if momentum continues. The launch of tokenized uranium trading represents a significant real-world asset use case that could attract institutional interest. All eyes will be on Bitcoin's approach to the psychological $90,000 level. The combination of positive funding rates and improving sentiment creates favorable conditions for a test of this level, but extremely positive funding could trigger a short-term pullback if momentum stalls. The memecoin sector's explosive performance warrants close attention as retail speculation returns. While momentum remains strong, the pace of appreciation raises questions about sustainability. Similarly, SocialFi's dramatic growth suggests this narrative is gaining significant traction. Market participants should also monitor the continued evolution of the cross-chain narrative, which has maintained momentum despite mixed signals. The explosive growth in bridge activity suggests increasing demand for seamless asset transfers between ecosystems. Consider the extraordinary divergence between sentiment and price action. This contradiction creates both risks and opportunities. Focus on maintaining core positions in major assets while being selective with exposure to higher-risk sectors like Memecoins and social fee. Monitor the evolution of the RWA narrative following Uranium Digital's launch on Solana. Projects focusing on tokenizing real-world assets with clear utility and institutional demand are well-positioned to benefit from this growing trend. Watch for continued strength in the cross-chain and Oracle sectors. This infrastructure-focused rally suggests institutional positioning ahead of the next major narrative cycle. That's your PM Pulse for March 21st. I'm your host, reminding you that in markets that never sleep, neither does information. We'll be back in 12 hours with your next update. Until then, remember that in crypto, narrative shifts often precede price discovery. The Memecoin renaissance and cross-chain momentum we're witnessing could reshape market dynamics in the coming weeks. The stark divergence between improving prices and deteriorating sentiment creates both risks and opportunities for the vigilant trader. Stay liquid, stay vigilant, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.